All right, let's dive into one of the most powerful and, frankly, terrifying forms in Hindu mythology, Rudra Bhairava. This isn't just any story. It's about a time when the entire universe was teetering on the brink of chaos, and it called forth a power that was as divine as it was destructive. Destruction, protection, and justice. I mean, think about that for a second. These three massive concepts all wrapped up together. This single line, it really nails the heart of what we're talking about today. We're not just looking at brute force here. No, it's about this incredibly complex, delicate balance of all three, packed into one single awesome being. So who is Rudra Bhairava, really? Well, you can think of him as Lord Shiva turning the intensity up to 11. I mean, he is the fierce manifestation. For anyone on the wrong side of things, he's pure terror, an unstoppable force of destruction. But, and this is the really cool part, for his followers, he's this incredibly compassionate protector. And it's that split, that powerful duality, that just makes this story so unbelievably captivating. You know how every epic hero story kicks off with some kind of crisis, right? Well, for a being like Rudra Bhairava to even show up, the crisis couldn't just be bad. It had to be an absolute catastrophe. We're talking about the entire cosmos hanging by a thread. Imagine this, a dark shadow of pure tyranny just spreading like a virus across all three worlds. We're talking Patala, Naraka, and right here on Earth, Prithvi. And at the heart of it, a group of asuras, these super powerful beings who were supercharged by dark tantric magic. They were causing absolute terror everywhere. It got so bad, so out of control, that even the gods, the ones who are supposed to have it all together, were scared out of their minds. So what do you do when you're a god and you're terrified? You go to the top. Totally desperate, feeling completely powerless, the gods went straight to the ultimate source, Lord Shiva. They basically begged him, you have to do something. We need a form, a power strong enough to just slice through all this darkness and put things right again. And Shiva's answer, wow. It was so calm, but at the same time, absolutely chilling. He essentially says, when Dharma itself, the very cosmic law that holds everything together, is in danger, that's when my Rudra form wakes up. And boom, just like that, the stage was set for something epic. And after a promise like that, you know things are about to get real. This brings us right to the heart of the story, the dramatic centerpiece, the actual birth of the one who is going to save all three worlds. And how did it start? It began with this one intense focal point of unimaginable power. Lord Shiva opened his third eye. You know, the one that's the center of all cosmic knowledge, and also the ultimate weapon of destruction. And from that single point, a roaring torrent of pure divine fire just erupted. We're not talking about a campfire here. This was raw, untamed, cosmic energy being completely unleashed upon the world. And rising from that cosmic inferno, a form was born. Something magnificent, something fierce. Imagine a figure as vast and dark as a thundercloud, but just radiating this incredible, intense fire from within. This was Rudra Bhairava. I mean, his whole look was engineered to strike terror into evil itself. You've got flames just weaving through his matted hair. His eyes, they're glowing like red-hot coals. And his weapons, wow. He's got the Trishul, the trident, for obliterating evil. The Khanda, a sword, for taking swift, decisive action. The Damaru, that little drum whose sound literally creates reality. And the Pasha, a noose for capturing all that negative energy. Oh, and right by his side, his ride, a fierce dog, a symbol of pure righteousness. Okay, so this absolutely awesome power is now on the scene. It was time for the main event. The Asuras, they had no idea what was about to hit them. They were about to face something completely beyond their comprehension. Think about the matchup here. On one side, you have the Asuras with all their dark magic, their tricky illusions, and these huge armies. And on the other side, Rudra Bhairava. And all he needed was his voice, a single divine roar. And that's it. That's all it took. That one sound just shattered their spells into a million pieces and sent their armies running for the hills in absolute terror. The fight was literally over before it even got started. So, with the main threat just gone, he then swept through the three worlds like a divine hurricane of justice. He was on a cleanup mission, totally wiping out any little pockets of evil that were left and just restoring peace and order for everyone, even the gods who were hiding before. But here's the thing, the story doesn't just stop with all that destruction. That's only half of it. It beautifully shifts into a promise of protection, and we get to see the other, equally important side of this incredible being. And that really brings us to the big question, right? Why are we talking about this ancient story now? What's the point? Why should we remember Rudra Bhairava today in our own lives? Well, the answer is pretty amazing. It lies in his blessings. The belief is that just remembering Rudra Bhairava creates this kind of spiritual shield against all kinds of negativity. And that doesn't just mean magical attacks from ancient demons, you know? It could be the negativity we face every day, external conflicts, or even our own internal battles. He's seen as this powerful force that helps you conquer fear and fills you with courage and some real self-confidence. And for anyone listening who feels the connection to this and wants to tap into that energy, the source actually gives some pretty straightforward practical steps. Tuesdays and Saturdays are said to be the best days. And the practice is really accessible. It's about simple offerings, like lighting a ghee lamp or offering things like black sesame seeds, lemon, and coconut, and of course chanting his mantra. So that brings us to the end and leaves us with a really deep question to chew on. What does it actually mean for destruction and protection to live inside the very same being? I think what this story suggests is something really profound. That sometimes, in order to protect and preserve what is truly good, you first have to be willing to destroy and clear away what's harmful. It's a powerful thought, isn't it? That there can be a creative, even a positive force hidden within an act of destruction. Something to think about.